Welcome to another edition of The Story Behind the Car. I'm with Bryan, and Bryan has an amazing long roof, a Vista Cruiser, correct?
Yes, sir. 72 Vista Cruiser.
72 Vista Cruiser. How long have you had it, Bryan?
We've had the car, the 28th of next month will be 15 years.
Wow. Was it in this condition when you got it?
It was a really nice original car, but it had some wear on it. The car had 41,780 something miles. I don't remember exactly what it was. I bought it about, like I said, December 28th of 09.
Okay.
So I've had almost 15 years.
Yeah, and it was a late Christmas gift.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
So, but it's been a really nice car. I think it's got like almost 49,000 miles on it now.
Yes. So I'm going to walk around. You don't have to hang with me. We can walk and talk, but I'm going to ask questions about it.
Go ahead.
And so is the 455 the original motor?
It is, and it has not been rebuilt.
Wow. That is a beautiful, beautiful motor.
Well, thank you. I've got to give credit to my friend Joe Munoz.
And this is Joe here?
No, this is Joe Hancock.
Oh, okay.
Joe Munoz is another friend of mine that we're in the North Texas Olds Club together. He's one of the founding members.
Okay.
And he hit me up several years ago after he retired. He said, "Man," he said, I'd really like to do the engine compartment on this Vista Cruiser that you have." He said he'd do it for parts and he'd supply the labor, and I'm like, "Man, I'm all about that." And it drug on for about 3 years, and we were up here last year at the McCacken show, and he'd done another car, and I'm like, "Hey Joe, buddy, you gonna make good on that promise?"
Yeah, show me some love.
Well, anyway, he had me send some pictures of it, and at any rate, we went ahead and I took it down to Carrollton, Texas, where he lives, and he did this in a 2-car garage, by the way.
Wow.
And with no lift or anything like that. Well, I thought he's just going to detail the engine compartment. Next thing I know, the whole front clip's blowed off of it.
Holy cow.
And he stripped it plumb to the firewall.
Yeah, I can see how.
And he's done about 10 of these Olds 442s, but he's never done a wagon before.
Yeah.
So what happened is like I said, he stripped it completely to the firewall, took the air conditioner off, and the brake booster, the windshield wiper motor, all of the electric and everything. He cleaned all of the engine harnesses and stuff like that. And then we went back through, and some of the hardware wasn't correct, but he corrected the hardware.
Okay.
And put all the right plating on the bolts and everything. He took the engine, transmission, and rear end out from underneath it. We took the front end out from underneath it. Basically, when he got down to its furthest point, it was sitting on 4 jack stands without any drivetrain in it, and just had 2 frame horns sticking out front.
Wow.
But
I'm going to interrupt your flow a little bit.
Yes,
I have to ask about this wiper arm. I've never seen a wiper arm with 2 arms. I see the passenger side doesn't.
I don't know what to tell you other than that's as far as I know, that's the way it left Lansing.
Yeah, that's
when it was built new.
Yeah. Do you mind if I open the door?
Oh, please do.
And I'm going to have to get in the back to shoot through the top.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
And I interrupted your flow. You were saying about.
Well, like I said, he detailed the rear end, the transmission, the rear end, or like I said, he did the rear end, the transmission, all the brakes and everything. The car just really came out nice. We had the interior done back about probably, I'm thinking about first part of 11. D&D Upholstery out of Central City, Arkansas done it for us.
Okay.
And it took like 5.5 months to get it done. And then Bo McKinney with Bo's Paint and Body over in Panama, Oklahoma painted it. And then we had the striping put on it a little later. But man, you wouldn't believe how much there is on the inside of one of these cars. Now, like the interior on, like, say, a coupe or a convertible, you can buy that from Legendary. This right here had to be completely redone, and we bought like 25 yards of material from SMS and took every bit of material that they had and almost didn't have enough to get the inside of the car done. Wow. There's a lot of vinyl in this.
It is just so beautiful.
But at any rate, we bought the car back in 09. What the story was is that we were members of the North Texas Olds Club, and we've been going to the the State Fair of Texas and putting these cars in the car corral.
Okay.
We'd have like 22, 25 members or whatever show up, and basically what it was anything that you could get inside the car, they would allow you to bring to the car corral for free.
And you were selling, I guess?
Well, I mean, no, we were, like I said, we were just up there as a group. We kind of get out and cloverleaf around, and other members of the group would stay back and keep an eye on the cars.
Yeah.
And anyway, we were, at that time we had a grandson and we had a couple of teenage girls, and then my wife and I, and we were looking for a way to get all of our stuff inside the state fair. You got 5 people, you got lawn chairs, you got ice chests, you got easy up tent, you got a table, and we were looking for something Oldsmobile based that we could haul all that.
Yeah.
Well, I was looking on 442.com one morning, and I saw this pop up, and come to find out it was one of my local club members that owned it that didn't come to the meetings very often.
Okay.
So we got the car, and then just gradually started getting it, painted and, taken care of or whatever. And anyway, this is what we ended up with.
Boy, oh boy. And has he seen it since you've finished it, I'm assuming?
I think he's probably seen pictures of it.
Okay.
But
because you've taken it back to original, it looks like.
Pretty much. I mean, this car had the SS1 chrome wheels with white leather tires on it, and Joe Munoz talked me into putting the factory tires and wheels back on it. But it did leave the dealership in Sacramento, California, Capital Oldsmobile. It was the dealer's wife's demo, and according to the invoice that we got with it, it did leave with those SS1 wheels.
Wow.
But this car's got all original glass in it.
Does it really?
Yes,
Boy,
it does.
And it looks so, I don't see scratches on it.
Well, there's a few back here on the tailgate, on the tailgate, but
yeah.
It does have the two-way tailgate.
And I was going to ask you, I was looking at the tailgate. Yeah. I saw the step down. Where
It'll open like it'll open like a regular tailgate, and it'll open like a door.
Original mirrors, or?
They were on the car when I bought it.
Yeah, because I don't think they had that type of a mirror back then.
It was more like a chrome or whatever, but like I said, this car, when I got the car, it had those mirrors on it.
Yeah. And
they were painted to match the car.
Yes.
It's got the AM/FM radio, tilt wheel, factory air. I mean, it was pretty well loaded out for its day.
Yes. And I guess it goes down the road just beautiful, huh?
Oh man, yeah. I had a 72 W30, and it'd get up about 80, 90 mile an hour. It had 373 gears in it. This one here's got 256 gears in it.
Okay.
And I mean, just about the time that W30 started running out of gas, man, this one here, it'd come alive.
Yeah.
I mean, it runs pretty good, taking off and everything, but if you get up, like say above 70, 75 mile an hour, I mean, I guess this thing would run 100 mile an hour all day long if you want to feed it.
Wow.
And it doesn't get bad fuel mileage either.
Really? But 455?
If you keep your foot out of it, it'll get about 16.
Yeah. Which isn't bad for...
No, not at all. Not for a 9-passenger vehicle.
No. Well, this engine bay, let me hit my light. This engine bay is just amazing.
Joe Munoz done a hell of a job on this thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's, like I said, he's done several of them, and he is very, very detail oriented. Good to have good friends.
It is. So you've told me a lot about the vehicle. What is your favorite feature of the vehicle?
I'd say it's just different.
Yes.
I mean, these things, they were the Chevrolet Suburban of the day, the family car.
Yes.
This is the one that Mom got to drive and everybody ragged on, and, it just does what it does. But this one here, it's just a survivor.
Yeah.
I had it, at the time I bought the car, I had a 72 Cutlass Supreme convertible.
Okay.
And it was Viking blue. And I don't like yellow cars, and I've got 2 yellow Oldsmobiles. But when you're buying used cars, you buy condition. But at any rate, I was thinking about painting this thing Viking blue. And when we got, once we got to the upholstery shop, and we were taking up the carpet and everything, I pulled the carpet up, and I mean, those pristine yellow California floor pans was in there. There was 0 rust. I mean, the paint that was on there, you could polish it like you polished the hood.
Yes.
I mean, it's such a solid original car. I just couldn't do it. I wanted to, but I could. The car deserved better.
Well, it certainly looks beautiful. And we got some hippies coming, so watch
Hey,
out.
that's all right.
Well, before we wrap things up, anything that we haven't mentioned that we should talk about?
I'm just thinking here. I guess not.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just I've really grown to love this car, and you know, it's just you don't find these in this kind of shape. Like I say, they've been just used up and discarded. I mean, you know, oh, that's just a damn station wagon. Let's strip whatever we can out of the interior and, you know, the front clip and the engine and transmission out of it and junk the rest.
Yeah, use it for parts.
And like I said, these things, they didn't typically get the best care. But this one here, it's a true survivor in my mind.
When I was in high school, I didn't like, my dad had wagons. I didn't like wagons, but as I've gotten older, I love the long roof.
Well, I mean, you know, you just grow to appreciate the utility part of it.
Yeah.
So, but
well, Bryan, thank you so much for sharing us your vehicle and telling us the story behind your car.
Man, glad to do it, brother.
You bet. Thank you again.
Sure. Thank you.